Hey peeps, today I'm going to be sharing with you how I make biscotti. And I get asked all the time when I make biscotti, is it hard? How do you do it? And it's not hard. I'm here to show you it is not hard. A little bit time consuming, but not hard. And I'm in my mom's kitchen today because my parents are going to watch my kids so I can bake in peace. But I'm here in my mom's kitchen. I'm really grateful that she let me use her kitchen today. But I think it partly had to do with the fact that they were getting some biscotti out of this, so whatever. So let's get cooking. Alright, so you're going to want to start out with a baking tray lined with parchment paper, and you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. To a bowl, I added some softened butter, some white sugar, and some vanilla extract, and then I'm going to cream this all together. Then I added 1 egg, and you want to mix between each egg. There are 2 eggs in this recipe. You want to mix them in really well. Here's the second egg, and after the second egg is completely mixed in, you're going to want to mix this for another minute. This is what it should look like, and then you're going to add in your flour, baking powder, and salt. And remember just a couple seconds ago when we beat that mixture for another minute, this is why. It incorporated air into the batter, and you're going to want to just gently fold in your dry ingredients and not overmix. Fun fact, biscotti has been around for thousands of years and originally originated in Rome. Nice. So once all your dry ingredients are incorporated, this is what it should look like. It should be sticky and firm, but incorporated. After this, I'm going to add in some cinnamon. Whoops! Well, we like cinnamon. That's okay. Biscotti translates from the Latin word biscolatus, which means twice baked, which is exactly what this is. It's a twice baked cookie. So on my pan, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour because, as I said, this dough is quite sticky. And then you're going to want to dump your dough, yep, just like that, beautiful, onto your pan and separate it into 2 balls, logs, patties, whatever you can get it into. It was pretty sticky. So the first biscotti ever created was in the 14th century in Tuscany, and it was made with almonds, and I guess there were a lot of almonds in that region, which is why they chose almonds, so that seems to be why that's kind of the classic biscotti. But the reason that it was used was for traveling, so baking it twice gets all the moisture out of the cookie and therefore gives it a really long shelf life. Essentially, it makes it resistant to mold. So these logs need to be about a 1/2 inch thick. You could use a rolling pin, but whatever, hands work just as good. So another fun fact about biscotti is it was originally served with sweet wine, I guess because, you know, those Italians, they know the things. And it was paired with the sweet wine because it would soak up the moisture and therefore become edible again. And they liked the taste of the pairing of the two. Over time, it eventually translated to coffee and tea, and now that seems to be the norm. So I'm just using my hand to shape the edges so they're nice and straight, that will come in handy for cutting later. And then we're going to pop these in the oven for 30 minutes. So you want to pull these out of the oven when the edges are crisp and golden brown, which mine took a little bit under 30 minutes, so just keep that in mind. They are still going to be a bit soft, but that's okay. Let them sit for 10 minutes. We're also going to reduce the oven temperature to 280. So with a serrated knife, you're going to want to cut these on a diagonal, and you can make these as thick as you want. I would recommend about 1 inch. That seems to be the best when you're baking them again. Hence the twice baked cookie, right? Got it? Remember? Cool. I should add there is a glaze that goes with this recipe. I will not be making that today, but it is linked down below. Once they're all sliced, you're just going to want to stack them on your baking sheet on their side and then bake them for 10 minutes. When they're baked, you're going to want to turn them over to the other side and bake them for another 10 minutes. All right, I cannot tell you how good this made the kitchen smell. One day there will be smell-o-vision. Anyways, you're going to want to let these cool because as they cool, they will also get harder and therefore be better for dunking. My dad could not wait and had to taste. But doesn't that look so nice paired with a beautiful china cup? All right, peeps, and as you saw, that's all there is to it. It is super, super simple, not hard, a little bit time consuming, but not hard. So I'm gonna do a live taste test for you. So I've got my mug of tea, and no, I'm not gonna use that fancy mug that my mom has because I don't trust myself with that. But I've got my biscotti, so you dip, dip, dip. If you've never had biscotti before, it's hard as a rock. Dip it, dip it, dip it, and we're gonna taste test it. I don't like watching people eat, so I'm gonna spare you that, but super crumbly. Perfect texture, perfect taste, not overpowering, does not overpower the tea. I have Earl Grey tea. It doesn't overpower the tea. It pairs really, really well, actually. This would be really good with coffee, too, or like a French vanilla coffee. This would be really good. But there you guys have it. That's how you make biscotti. I hope you guys try it. Let me know down in the comments below if you do, or what flavor you try, or however. I have a really, really good gingerbread biscotti that I'm going to be making at Christmas time for you peeps, so stay tuned for that. But I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Cheers!